Hi guys, this is Chapichu. Today I'll be talking about a topic on rare attribute. So hopefully this video will help you guys. So first and foremost, some of you guys maybe have seen like people who is VIP 15 or VIP 12 and above, like with very low attribute, but they may be from old server. So last time there was no special or rare attribute, so mostly they focus on basic. So slowly they implement special and then rare. So now mostly people will know that focusing rare is to be more important. So today I'll be teaching you guys how to like calculate some of your rare attribute, and hopefully it will help you in finding your damage and how to reduce the damage from your opponent. So I'm going to take my character as an example. So this is my current character, 13,900,000,000. So this is my basic stats. I'm not going to be showing my special, I'm going to show my rare and my basic. So this is my rare. So my rare I'll be doing for the crit damage and the CDR, extra damage reduction, and the skill damage increase and the reduction, and the total damage and total damage reduction. So for me, I'll be using attack as my normal attack for my calculation. So this is like a modified so-called like fluffy BR that I have found. Sometimes I've seen people around this BR with around fluffy BR with stats. So this one I modify the attack, and for the elemental attack you can just ignore, and for the crit damage and those rare attribute I have slightly reduce it, because for fluffy BR the basic attribute will be higher than the rare. Sometimes it will be higher special attribute but the rare attribute is low, so that one is also considered as fluffy BR. So when you're attacking your opponent, so this is for example my character, and my crit damage will be VSing their crit damage reduction, and my extra damage will be VSing their damage reduction, and for the skill damage increase will be against their skill damage reduction, and finally the total damage percent will be VS their total damage reduction percent. So just now what I showed for this is my character and this is the opponent character. So the next one I'll be telling you guys more on the calculation. So for the crit damage and crit damage reduction, so crit damage is increase the damage by crit attack. In addition to the normal attack, there will be a 50% bonus. For the crit damage reduction, this is to reduce the damage done by your opponent when you are attacked by a critical attack. So the opposite will be the crit damage, whereas crit damage opposite will be crit damage reduction. So for just now, my rare that I showed was 847. Opponent rare was crit damage of 600%. So for formula that I come up is crit damage will be equal to 1.5. HE is 1, but because there's a 50% bonus, so I add a 0.5, and you have to plus the crit damage percent. So in this way, the 847, when it comes down to the crit damage percent, it will be 8.47, whereas the 600% will be as 6% as the crit damage when you write it here. So you times the normal attack damage, which is just now that I say, which is my 1.5 billion normal attack. So when I come up with the calculation, so this is the calculation that I got. So for my stat I'll be dealing around 14.955 billion, ignoring their crit damage reduction, whereas the opponent will be dealing a 13 billion attack on me without any crit damage reduction. So just now I show you guys a fluffy BR and a normal BR. So you can see that a crit damage reduction of an opponent has 500%. So you can see that after, if you get the crit damage, which is 1.5 plus your crit damage and the opponent crit damage, and you times your own normal damage, which is 1.5 plus your own crit damage, and the opponent crit damage is 500, so you write as 5%, and you times 1.5 billion attack, so you'll be dealing around 7.4 billion damage to your opponent. So next we come to extra damage and damage reduction. So extra damage is increase the damage of your attack and your stats after deducting the protection and your resistance. So now they added shield and the resistance, so you have to deal more damage to decrease the HP, and also the resistance. There is lightning resistance, fire resistance, and frost resistance, and shadow resistance. So damage reduction is the reducing of your damage done by your opponent. So this is also the same. So opposite of extra damage is damage reduction, and opposite of damage reduction will be extra damage. So for me, my extra damage was 769, opponent was 500%. So I want to find the damage done to your opponent and the opponent done to you. You can use 1 plus, because there is no 50% bonus, so I take it as 1. So 1 plus the extra damage percent times the normal attack damage. So in this method, that means my extra is 1 plus 7.69% times 1.5 billion, and I got this number, which I'll be dealing this amount of damage to my opponent. So you can see that our opponent, the basic can be very high, the damage can be very high, but then when you add up with the extra damage and your crit damage, you can find that hey, you are doing like more damage than him, because actually percent is count more than the whole number for your basic. So your extra damage done by your opponent will be 12 billion. So because I just show you guys is that the opponent rare has 500%. So what he will do the damage to you will be you 1 plus your own extra damage minus your opponent damage reduction. After that, you times your normal damage, which is your 1.5 billion. So after you get all these, you add up, it will give you around 5.535 billion. So you will be doing damage, this amount of damage to him. So total damage and total damage reduction. So total damage is an increase of the damage of the last attack and skill after calculating everything including the extra damage. And your total damage reduction will be reducing your damage of the last attack and skill after deducting your resistance and your DR. So this is the opposite of total damage. So example, your opponent may have very high, around 500% of total damage. Your DR maybe need around 500%, and you also include maybe your extra damage or that to boost your damage reduction. So your total damage vs your total damage reduction. So my total damage was 264, whereas the opponent one is only 150%. And my total damage reduction is 234%, and the opponent is around 100%. So the damage that I'll be doing will be 1.5 plus 7.69 minus the 5, so you first minus this, then add this inside, then you times 1.5 billion and you will get 5.535 billion, which is I'm using the extra damage that I'll be dealing to my opponent. So just now I show you guys the opponent has a total damage reduction of 100%. Don't mind this correction, but it's taken from here. So the final damage will be 1 plus my total damage is 264, so I write 2.64, and my opponent total damage reduction is 100, so I use as 1. So add up and minus, I will get 14.612 billion. So I'll be doing this amount of damage to him. So the only reason we need to cover this damage will be increase the total damage reduction. And yeah, okay, I will use my second pick. So if you want to not be fluffy, you will have to do up their total damage reduction and total damage. For damage reduction wise, it should also increase, and also the crit damage and the crit damage reduction will also need to be boosted up, because for the if you see the attack and the element attack, it may be high, but when you add up the percentage to see the damage, it will be low after that. So these are some of the guides that to help you guys in your building of character, or you want to from fluffy BR become a stable one. So I hope this quick guide can help you guys, and thanks for watching.